In this video I'm going to show you exactly how I color grade my DJI Osmo Pocket D-Log M footage. So your footage goes from oversaturated to professional looking. You can download some of these Ferrari clips for free, so you can color grade together with me to get the exact same result. My promise to you is that if you watch this video and practice along, this will be the last DJI D-Log M color grading video you will ever have to watch, and you don't have to buy any more shitty LUTs. So let's get started. So we are working in the color page in Davinci Resolve, and I know this looks pretty scary, but it's actually super simple. I'm gonna show you step by step, note by note, how to make it. Now, if you do want a shortcut to success and already get this specific power grade, I will drop a link in the description where you can get this DRX file, and you can simply drop it in the power grade section. And from the power grade section, you can simply drop it here. Anyway, I'm gonna show you note by note right now. If you would start from scratch, simply hit Option S a couple of times, and then you can create your own note series. The denoiser we are not going to use. We're going to start with our color space transform in and color space transform out. Here I'm going from DJI D Gamut and Rec 709 to Davinci Wide Gamut and Davinci Intermediate. If you don't know how to do it, I'm gonna reset the note, go to Effects, type color space transform and drag it on top. Then here we're gonna hit DJI D Gamut here, Rec 709, Davinci Wide Gamut, and Davinci Intermediate. I'm not going too much into detail on why we choose these ones, but you will see the result. For a color space transform out, we are using Davinci Wide Gamut, Davinci Intermediate, Rec 709, and Rec 709A. If you start from scratch, I'm gonna reset the note, and you can use again the color space transform just like this and change the settings. So with these two nodes on, then what I'm gonna do is go to the S-curve node here, and I'm going to the curves section, and I'm gonna slightly bring down the shadows and a little bit of the midtones. So if I'm gonna reset the node, we go here, drag a dot here and here, and I'm gonna bring it down just a little bit. Okay, this is too much, but I'm gonna fix that in just a moment. We can always come back to this node later. Then I'm going to my exposure node. Let's reset the node. I will go to my HDR wheel here, and I will bump up the exposure slider here. Now, the sun was blasting extremely here, so our sky is a little bit overexposed, but I wanted to expose for the car here, so it is what it is. I can bring the highlights just a little bit back with the highlight slider here in my exposure node. And then this already looks okay. You can come back and play between your S-curve and exposure node as much as you'd like until you feel that it's good. So for me, this feels about right. It's a small tweak, but that's before and after. If necessary, I will then change my white balance, but in this case the white balance was fine straight out of camera, so I'm not gonna tweak anything here. But if you do have to change white balance, I just put the effect chromatic adaptation, I drop it onto the white balance node. Let me just do it right now. Poof, I'm gonna set this to color temperature, and then if I want it warmer, I will drag the kelvins to the right, and if I want it colder, I will drag it to the left. But I'm gonna turn it off. I'm not gonna use it right now. Then I'm going over to the masks section. The mask section, I'm using a gradient, and I'm gonna use a vignette to draw more attention towards the car. Let me show you how it's done. This is actually a compound node. Let me quickly show you how to create it. So if we decompose this compound node, we have all these nodes sitting here. But for the sake of my clean desk policy, let's say, I like to just make this section into one node, and you can do this by right-clicking the whole selection and then create compound node. Now you want to have this parallel mixer. Right click, add node parallel mixer. Right click, add node corrector. Right click, add another node connector. And then you connect the green dots. Create another parallel mixer. And you can create even 4 or 5, as many as you want. Standard, I just have these 4. And then when you connect them, for example, like this, between your other nodes, you can make them into a compound node just like this. Now let's just make it back into a compound node just for the sake of the video. To enter the compound node, yeah, make sure it's on, just double click. So these ones are unused right now. And here we have the vignette that will draw attention towards the center. And here we have a gradient that will slightly gray out or darken the bottom part, drawing again more attention towards the car. Let me show you how it's done. I'm gonna reset both the nodes. Here we are going to the Windows section, create this circle one, and then we are gonna make it bigger. With the pink one, you can soften your mask. Let me show you. Then we go to the primary color wheels, and usually I will either lower the gain or the offset. You can choose what looks best for your image. But we forgot we have to click this button so the outer part of the vignette is dark and not the inside part. And then you can just play with your image and see what looks good. Usually I make it quite big and I soften it out quite well, because otherwise if you see there is a vignette on your image, it just looks fake. It doesn't look nice. So you want to keep it subtle and soft. So something like this looks good. Just make sure you don't see those outer parts too much, that they are not too dark. Then you can always make it bigger and then recenter or readjust according to your subject or car. For example, this looks good, and if you say I want to draw more attention towards the car, you can make it darker, but of course sometimes less is more. So I'm gonna soften it out just a little bit more. Before, after, everything is about small changes. Then I'm gonna make the gradient here. We go back to the Windows section, then we go to gradient here, select it, gonna turn it around, and here again you can soften it or make it stronger. Let's set it here, and then again we go to our color wheels, make it darker, and here you can see, again this is too much, just a little bit, reposition and soften. So we exit the compound node simply by right clicking exit compound node, before, after, before and after. Then again, after doing your masks, you can go back to your exposure. If you say, okay, I want a little bit exposure more, or you want to change your curve, you can do so. Some people say, okay, I always have this overly saturated look. That's probably because either the S-curve is too much or your exposure is sitting somewhere wrong. So you can tweak these with the nodes here and your masks here. So for example, if it's too saturated, it would look something like this, which doesn't look good. Now here the greens and the yellows-ish are quite soft in color. So I'm gonna slightly give some extra punch though in the midtones. I'm gonna slightly higher my exposure. Something like this. So here again, small tweaks are important. Now we don't want the oversaturated look for the whole image, but we can bring some punch back into the car, which is what we're gonna do. And that is exactly what you see online in these nice crispy images. The car pops and the rest is quite soft. So to do this, I'm going into my colors compound node. So we double click and here I have the same structure as I've shown you earlier. And here you can tweak very specific colors or subjects. For example, the car, the greens, sky, pavement. Let me show you what I mean. So for example, here we select the car, and if you only want to affect the car and no other colors, we are going to mask the car. So we go to AI Magic Mask. Then we're gonna draw some dots over the car just like this. To check your selection, Shift H. That looks good. I'm gonna hit select better quality, and then I'm gonna put Smart Refine to 1. And then I'm gonna track it back and forth. And while we are waiting for the mask to track here, we are giving away some cool prizes again. We have the Hydra Alien Mini Master Kit. We have some free, CPL plus variable ND filter pack for the Osmo Pocket 4P. All you have to do is drop a comment on this post right here inside the Car Video Academy, which is a community that I've built for the last year, where you can win prizes, we do challenges, you can learn everything about automotive filmmaking, finding clients. We invite the coolest automotive creators for live calls. Next week we have a sound effects masterclass with David Whitaker. We invite the coolest guests from you to learn from, to skyrocket your skills and video business. I will drop a link in the description below. You can even try it completely for free. You can enter the giveaway completely for free. Let's get back to the video. The mask here is tracked. Shift H, this looks good. And then here, all the changes we are going to make right now are only affecting the car. We can go to the color slicer here and bring some punch here in the magenta colors, for example. Or it might also be a little bit of red. So we're gonna bring a little bit of red saturation here, and we're gonna bring a little bit of the magenta saturation here. So before and after. We can also bring the highlights a little bit down for less reflections. Nice, looks absolutely good. And we can also bring a little bit of the midtones down. So something like this. You can see, depending on the actual color of the car, what you like to tweak. So you can tweak highlights, midtones, and the color and its saturation. Just play with the sliders, see what looks good until you find the look that you are going for, or the look that you want from the car's paint. The color of this Ferrari was just absolutely beautiful. It was some sort of red wine color. Let me actually just check the real color of this car. Colombo cars. Here is it. Here it is. The actual color is Rosso Rubino. So we want to try to get this color back into the video with some extra punch. So we might just want to slightly bring it back, and this looks absolutely beautiful. Now, if you still have overly saturated greens, for example, then you can go to your green node, you can go to the curve section, hue versus saturation here, pick the greens, and then you can slightly bring back the saturation. So in some cases it will look like this, just bring it back. And also if you say, okay, this is too saturated, which it isn't at the moment, but then you can tweak the colors here. So huge difference before, after. So we bring back some exposure, we make everything look clean and not too overly saturated, and then we bring some pop back into certain areas. You can tweak sky colors, or for example the pavement. This also works pretty good. So for example, I'm gonna do it real quick here on the pavement. What I usually do is I select the pavement, and then I will just drop the temperature a little bit. As you can see, of course this is too much. Just a little bit like this. And again, it will create some contrast between the pavement and the grass section here. So again, just a little tweak. And by the way, if you want to know how I filmed these Ferrari clips, I made a full BTS video, camera settings, gimbal settings, shots. I will drop a link in the description box. And if you want to know how to unlock these ultra smooth gimbal shots, make sure to watch this video next, as I will give you tips and tricks for the actual gimbal shots, and I will show you how to make them ultra smooth in post-production.